The first day you walk in, you can feel the history in the room. You know, whether it's just the rows of trophies, the banners hanging from the instrument room. From day one, you realize that you're a part of something that's way bigger than yourself.
We always had a desire to win and to be the best, and there was a lot of pride in being in band in Duncanville.
Being a part of a band that had such a prestigious reputation was incredible.
I think we saw ourselves as kind of the big fish, the ones to beat.
Well, I was an assistant director at North Mesquite High School in the early 80s, and we would always attend the Parade of Champions at the state fair, and Duncanville was always there, and they always won their classification. And they have such a great reputation, a high standard of excellence, that you always knew that Duncanville was going to be in the mix. You knew that going in. In my opinion, they are the gold standard in Texas.
It goes all the way back to Dr. Shine and what he started and established. And because of the standard that he had, every other band director that has followed him, they understand what it takes to be successful and to meet that standard.
Certainly, I'm really proud to hold a number of records that we won't go into detail about, but those were all just byproducts of us getting each individual student to buy into the concept that they weren't going to leave until they had succeeded.
We actually won state my year. I'll never forget that experience.
My junior year, we won the Texas State Championship.
It was a great feeling because you put in so much time and dedication to marching band, and to win state was an amazing feeling.
When you think about what it takes to be successful, you know, it's easy to be successful 1 year or 2 years or have a glimpse of success. The thing that's unique about Duncanville's band and our program in general is the legacy that it has consistently established over the years.
Wind Ensemble winning 3 honor bands, winning a state championship, medaling at the state marching contest. All of that is fun, but all of that is a result of what goes on day in and day out in the classroom with the kids.
I can't think of a year in the 30 that I taught here that I was disappointed in our students. Not ever.
For 2019, the High School Exemplary Band Award is presented to none other than the Duncanville High School Band Program and their long legacy of outstanding directors, Dr. Tom Shine, Brian Merrill, Jeff King, and David Brandon.
Our TBA president tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to step outside with him, and so I stepped outside, and he just told me, he said, I want you to know that the Duncanville High School Band is being selected as the TBA Exemplary Program for 2019, and I was without words. I mean, I didn't know what to say, but then the moment that he told me that one of the things that they were making sure they were recognizing was the 40 years of Tom and Brian combination and Jeff King, and then the 4 years that I had been at Duncanville High School, recognizing that legacy.
So I think one of the Duncanville strengths is because of their system, and they rely so heavily on that, and they're so grounded fundamentally that they're able to do that, crank that out year after year because they're so consistent.
In the state of Texas, it's getting more and more competitive. So many young band directors are figuring out the Duncanville way and putting those practices in their band program. I didn't want to be the first one to not advance to the state marching contest. When you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, when I say the weight of the world, I don't mean just the legacy of the Duncanville Band, I mean these kids. When I have them looking up to me to help guide them to that contest, it's tough because you don't want to let them down. You want to give them your best every single day. My favorite moment is probably not a moment that people would say is their favorite moment. It's when we found out we didn't make finals. That was my favorite moment because I turned, I looked at the kids, and I said, "Are you proud?" They said, "Yep." "Did we do our job?" "Absolutely." "Is this a moment you'll remember forever?" "Yes, sir." That is my favorite moment. Because it wasn't about a championship. It wasn't about another finals performance. It was them understanding the value of what we're really doing, which is not winning another contest. It's shaping young minds to do great things as a team and individually. The kids performed the best they ever had on that day, and they walked off the field, and I know I was crying. Couldn't stop crying, and they were pretty emotional too. That'll be something I remember for the rest of my life.